Well, thank you very much. Thank you for having me here today. I want to thank Senator Choi for his leadership on this bill. I want to thank the members of the Outdoor Caucus. I'm one of the co-chairs of the caucus here, representing the Senate side, and I have been involved in all the 5.5 years I've been here, just because of this kind of work that we have the opportunity to do. And the good senator recognized that and brought this bill forward. And, even though we have some of the strongest hunting, fishing, and wildlife conservation standards anywhere in the nation, our hunting seasons, harvest limits, licensing requirements, and wildlife management decisions, which are guided by science and responsible stewardship of our natural resources, we can do a lot more in terms of sort of rededicating ourselves and regenerating ourselves to particularly a generation of young people who are out there and would like to be fortunate enough to have this kind of an opportunity, especially those who are suffering a life-threatening illness. This bill does not create new hunting rights. It doesn't increase harvest quotas or issue excessive tags or additional tags. It doesn't waive hunter education requirements or weaken conservation laws. Every participant must still comply with California's existing licensing requirements, hunter education standards, ethical hunting rules, wildlife protections, and of course, safe firearm use. We know, and we've talked about extensively, that what this bill does is really simple. It gives children facing life-threatening illnesses the opportunity to participate in the same carefully regulated outdoor experiences that have helped generations of California connect with nature and our conservation heritage. And that's why I use the word regenerate. It is important right now, I think, for our traditions, our hunting and fishing traditions, to make sure that we're actively regenerating. We can no longer just take for granted that families are going to pass these traditions down to their children. I have no grandchildren myself. I have 4 children and no grandchildren, but I have a godson who is 12 years old. I would refer to him, I don't like to label people, but as an inner city kid from one of the toughest neighborhoods in San Jose. He asked me about going out with me, particularly going out hunting, and I got him involved. And I'll never, for the rest of my life, forget him sitting in a pickup truck next to me after an outing, looking at me and saying, I'm pretty lucky. There's a lot of kids who are not lucky enough to have this opportunity. Now, multiply that 1,000 times over for kids with life-threatening illnesses that, again, Senator Choi and the co-authors and the sponsors recognize. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that you have to be a super lucky kid to enjoy the things that many of us just grew up with and took for granted. And that's part of the mission here, I think. We can preserve California's strong commitment to wildlife management while also showing compassion to young people and families facing extraordinary challenges. SB 1021 proves that conservation and compassion go hand in hand. I'm honored to support the effort, and it couldn't come from a more compassionate author. Whatever our agreements are and our differences may be on any given day, I will tell you that Senator Choi is one of the most compassionate members of the legislature and certainly of the California State Senate. And I try to follow his open heart whenever I can, and I'm doing so today. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.